Um, that's all I really got to say. You can introduce yourself. I'll leave. Goodbye,
Thanks, Gerbo.
everybody.
All right, welcome everybody. Again, you are watching No Glitches Allowed 9. We're getting ready for our next one, which is going to be Wolfenstein: The New Order, and then we're going to follow that right up with Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. This is going to be a great block, and I'm excited to be here with you guys for both of them. So hopefully we'll get that started here in just a minute. Remember, we are raising money for Go Rescue, Pet Adoption Center out of Norfolk, Virginia. There is a lovely little QR code hanging out on the screen right there. Just grab your phone, scan that. It'll take you right to the donation page, or you can do !donate, and it'll pull up that link to the Tiltify for you. There's all sorts of fantastic incentives and other fun things that you can put your money towards to continue making these things better and better. So give me just a couple minutes. We're going to finish getting that run last little minute set up and get Wolfenstein ready to go for you. All right, everybody. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, because I really love the Wolfenstein series, so this is going to be a lot of fun for me. So, let's transition on over and get this run going.
Alright, hello, my name is anarchyasf. I am primarily a Wolfenstein speedrunner, started off playing the early games, Wolfenstein 3D, but I have since transitioned into playing the newer games made by Machine Games. I'm really excited to be doing a double header of Wolfenstein games, Wolfenstein: The New Order and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and start a new game. I'm going to count down from 3 when time starts, and I'll say go, and time will start. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Go back into the flight deck. Clamp the fuel line to engine 6, quickly!
Okay, so for the beginning of this game, I kind of like to stay quiet because this game definitely starts you off in the thick of it, really. There's a whole lot of everything going on. Basically, Wolfenstein is a first-person shooter franchise, and the theme is Nazis. So the original game started off as, beating back the Nazis in a sort of historically accurate time period, World War II. And this newer reboot of the series made by Machine Games is often referred to as the Alt Timeline series, or the Alt Timeline collection. And this is because it, aptly named, follows an alternate timeline. This alternate timeline explores a history from a perspective of whether the Nazis had actually won World War II rather than the other way around. So it's really actually an interesting sort of perspective to look at it like that. In this alternate timeline, we're actually the game starts off sort of like Fallout 4, if you've ever played it, where it starts off. The beginning section starts before the bombs actually fall. Setting off the Fallout franchise. We're starting this game. It is 1946, I believe. So the war hasn't actually ended yet. And after that, we'll be playing this, and then we'll be doing a bit of a time skip. And I'll talk more about that when we get there. As for now, we are playing the game as the series protagonist, BJ Blazkowicz. also referred to as William sometimes. You might hear in the cutscenes. Yeah, he's the most, excuse my French, but most badass Nazi hunting guy out there. So really one of the, really one of the top 10, I'd say, like coolest video game protagonists ever. Really, in my opinion.
Red pack free, Blasco. Use it. Keep playing at your nuts, can't you? Hey, Condor 9, this is Vulture 1. You're crowding me. He's off.
Another thing I will say about this game is this is the sort of second attempt at a reboot of the franchise. This game is this series is made by Machine Games, but there was also an attempt at a reboot in 2009, aptly called Wolfenstein 09. But it didn't really go anywhere, so this is the second take on a reboot of the franchise, and I'd say Machine Games has done an excellent job with this series. This first game, The New Order, is pretty much a hit when it came out, and the sequel, the direct sequel, has also done really well for itself as well. There's also 2 other games in this All Timeline collection. There is the prequel to this game called The Old Blood, and there's also a sort of spin-off sequel to the second game called Young Blood.
Listen up, pay close attention. Now, you see the pilot's wheel.
This game is, of course, it's just the glitchless category for this game and the next one as well. So there are no glitches, no out of bounds, no nothing like that. But there are a couple bits of tech we're going to be doing. The first one is going to be coming up in just a second. This is checkpoint reloading. Because this game is kind of old, 2014, there are a couple spots where the game makes a checkpoint for some events that happen in the game, and we can actually take advantage of that as a speedrunner. And as you see, the game just there was a spinning circle in the corner. That was the game making the checkpoint. What we can do is the game will sometimes make checkpoints for certain events before the event for the checkpoint actually happens. So right there, we actually skipped forward ahead a bit in time so we could jump out of the plane. You would be wondering why we do that, because it's technically it would take more time for the game to load again rather than just waiting for the event to happen. And that is because all Wolfenstein speedruns, at least in the All Timeline collection, are timed without loads, so that time that the game loaded would actually be removed.
Get up your ass. Vultures 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, and down. Right, Slater will have to abort. Blasco, let's get this boy off the floor. It's a negative, Condor 9. Maintain your course. God damn it, Gordon. We're getting murdered out here.
Right, so another thing I'm going to bring up here is the timeline sort of mechanic in this game. One of the main sort of mechanics of this game and its sequel is that there are 2 branching timelines for the already alternate timeline. And those are dependent on a decision that we're going to make in a couple minutes here. And that is whether to save Fergus here, which is the pilot right here, or Wyatt, which is this young green young man here. And those different mechanics will bring different things, both including the story and some game mechanics as well. So, I believe I will be picking Wyatt. That's who's winning the donation incentive, but yeah.
I will pull that up and double check.
Alright. Another thing you might notice is we're not going to be watching that many cutscenes in this run, but you might have just seen in that cutscene there's a bunch of loading text in the bottom right-hand corner. That was me trying to skip the cutscene. I will be talking more in depth about cutscenes because they're more relevant to the next game then, but this game actually uses cutscenes to load some of the levels and stuff, so you can't actually skip it immediately, but you can after about 30 seconds or so, or whenever the game is done loading. So yeah, if you see a bunch of loading text in the corner, that is me spamming my E key.
So just to confirm, you are currently set to save Wyatt. If somebody would like to change that, you would have to donate $51.80, and you could make that happen.
Awesome, alright. So I will bring up one thing here, is I am going to be doing a sort of donation incentive pool thing. This game does have dog enemies, as you're seeing right now on screen. There are big robotic dogs like those ones. Those are called Panzerhunds. There's also regular dog enemies as well. Because all the proceeds from this marathon are going to a no-kill shelter, I decided that for every dog I have to kill in this game, I will be donating $1. So that was 2 right there. And I will maybe need some help trying to keep track of that, but hopefully I'll be able
Sounds
to
like a great job
do
for
my best.
chat.
Alright, so what you are seeing here is we are storming Deathhead's compound. He's the main antagonist of this game series, or at least this game. He was actually brought up in a prior Wolfenstein game. This game does take some of the aspects from the other games. I'm not sure exactly which game Deathhead is from. I'm not sure if it's Wolfenstein 09 or Return to Castle Wolfenstein, but it's one of them. So we're going to be trying our best at trying to kill him, basically, but because there's, a whole 2 more hours of this run to go, you might find that we are going to be particularly unsuccessful on this occasion. Some reloading there. Alright, so we're gonna get a nice bomb here to blow this door open. Do have to be mindful of how close we are to it, because if you are too close to it, you will die. It will kill you. So I've found that happen to myself on way too many occasions. I'll be just a smidgen too close to it and die. For a lot of this run, though it's sort of a stealth adventure, sort of first-person shooter game, this speedrun is a lot of, not doing that. We're going to be doing a lot of either running past enemies or killing any who get in our way, such as those 2. Let's throw a grenade here. Oh, I think it bounced off. Right.
Climbing the cliff wall below the castle. Hurry up and meet us at the top.
Won't do a grenade here. It's easier to just shoot him and sit here, blow some debris away.
We're halfway up the cliff wall, nearly at the compound. Meet you at the top, lads. Hey, Private Wyatt! Much as I adore the view from up here, will you please, for the love of Holy Mother Jesus, climb the godforsaken throne?
Alright, here's another doggy here. This is going to be 3 coming up in a second. One of the cooler ways to end a big Nazi robot dog, I'd say.
Take my hand, I'll help you up.
Private Wyatt, good kid.
I'm sure you'll return the favor, sir, and then some.
Alright, so like I said, we are basically storming the main antagonist of this game's compound, Deathhead. We're going to be literally climbing up a wall into it. Midway through here, one of the coolest scenes, I'd say, in this game. But yeah, we're just climbing the wall.
Protect the lads on the wall. Covering fire.
As I said, one of the coolest scenes in this game. A plane in the compound wall. As Fergus says, how you're able to even persist through that, I don't even know.
Almost there, sir. Just keep.
So we're gonna bust the knife out again.
That's up to you now, Blazkowicz. Get to the control room and open the gate.
Just run through here.
One of us is gonna die.
Keep heading up towards the top floors. We'll meet you there.
Right, so this is 4.
See you, dust cube. We'll be having a nice nap and a cup of tea till you
Stuck.
get here, Blasco.
I've never had that happen before. It's stuck there. Also, fun note, I found out a couple days ago when I was de-resting this game, well, I didn't find out, but I think it's implied that this is supposed to be the plane that just crashed into the tower wall, which is actually pretty cool. All these years I've been playing this game, and I really just thought that was just there's just a plane there. Alright, should be good there. Maybe not. Maybe I lied. There we go. I will say this chapter right here, this first chapter in the game, is definitely, I think for sure is the longest chapter in the game. This is, in the speedrun, it's like 20 minutes or so. Every other chapter in this game is way shorter. Anywhere from the 10 to 15-minute range, even, if even. A lot of the ones, especially the one directly after that, will be storming through that in about 2 or 3 minutes.
You first, Wyatt. Go to church every Sunday?
Yeah, what, you ain't got churches in England? You ain't got no priests there?
Yeah. Well, the Nazis sort of bombing them at the moment. So it's a bit
One of the funnier exchanges in this game. Sort of bombing him at the moment, so... This is also going to be another example of the checkpoint reloading here. Blondie here is going to throw his gun and get ready to jump. And it'll make the checkpoint for BJ jumping right there. So we'll be able to skip that as well. Alright, then we can jump. I will say coming up is one of the gorier spots in this game. One thing that I do really applaud Machine Games for is they really... this is not a sort of... what is the word? This is not a sort of a light version of, you know, the covering the Nazis. There's a lot of... they don't shy away from things like gore and, you know, actual sort of Nazi experiments. General Dust of the antagonist of this game is he's not a great guy, I'll say that. He's a Nazi research scientist, so his research is, you know, not how we might envision a normal researcher today.
Trigger the goddamn incinerators. Turn it off. Turn those dials. Wait. Shit. Let's try this one.
We're all screwed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
There's a keyhole. Blaskowitz, find the key. Get over here and open this thing.
Alright, so let's open this door. Let's go get Broken Feet. Get set on fire just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Shite, you bastard.
What's all this then?
Alright, what's all this did?
Blaskowitz, sir, you ever seen...
This is also the first example of another kind of enemy in this game, the Super Soldaten, where they're sort of engineered super soldiers. Crazy enemies, I'll say that. But light work here though. I see we lost a bit of time here. Usually Wyatt is not supposed to get knocked over, but he did. He's supposed to be over here and come check the door, because you'll hear Death's Head outside of there. But he got knocked over this time around. I've actually never had that happen, but myself, but I have heard of it before.
Hold on. I can hear someone out there. Someone's coming. Oh, oh.
And there's Death's Head, really interesting looking guy. Certainly embodies his nickname there. And a fun fact about him, he actually looks at you no matter where you are here. He will always look you in the eye. We're also going to do another checkpoint reload here. The majority of the checkpoint reloads are actually in this chapter here. We do about like, how many? 1, 2, 3. It's 3 here, and then throughout the rest of the run, there's only maybe like that I can think of, like one more. So
Practiced my English. It's a dying tongue. You? I've seen you before.
and here he makes reference to having seen you before in the a previous game.
Great things. Oh, I like the eyes on this one.
Don't you fucking touch him!
I like yours too.
Not this one. Somebody broke it already.
Also, to me, it's so sort of abhorrent how like he just like sniffs him. It's like it just makes me feel.
I remember that moment when I played through it, and it was the moment of, well then, all right, about that.
Yeah.
Which
Yikes.
of these two varieties would best support my research?
Yeah, that sniffing is like one of the things that I think will like
For samples,
stay with you forever about this game. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
of all the
definitely.
things,
It's just so like off-putting. Yeah. You could have just looked at him, anything. You had to sniff him.
yeah.
look to the one you would have me dissect. Really, this one.
Alright, so here's our choice here. Death is going to dissect the one we picked, that being Fergus, unfortunately. I love Fergus. His timeline is very funny. He's a funny character. I love Gideon Emery as a voice actor, but unfortunately, Wyatt is better for speedrunning purposes here. Speaking of the timelines here, because we chose Wyatt, there is a sort of different mechanic here between the two of them. Wyatt's is lockpicking, and Fergus's is hot wiring. Lockpicking is a lot more beneficial to speedrunning because there are certain sections that have pickable doors where you can just skip whole sections, so it's very useful. Those pipes are always random. I think those pipes are randomized every time. I always think I have a pattern figured out for it, and then
Sounds like every game I ever run. I understand.
Alright, here's our first lockpicking. We're gonna lockpick this door here, or window, I guess. And that is the first chapter of this game. You'll see a glimpse of it here, but BJ takes a bunch of shrapnel to the conch, so that is sort of the catalyst for the rest of this game. He actually doesn't get recovered by the U.S. Army. He gets recovered by a fisherman off the coast of somewhere, and he ends up in a Polish mental institution for the next 14 or so years. So here's Anya, his sort of love interest, who we'll be doing more and finding out more about later. I think this set of cutscenes is particularly. I'm not sure how I would put it, but I don't like to talk over them. I think it's I don't know, rather interesting to see the implications of the kind of stuff that was going on here as well.
Strange sensation. Trapped in my body. Not blackout. I'm losing time. Sometimes the seasons change.
As BJ said there, when he was blacking out a bunch and he was losing time, and that time happened to be 14 years.
You know, just a little bit of time.
Kein Grund, rührselig zu werden, Doktor. Sie haben zufriedenstellende Arbeit
Yeah,
geleistet.
just a tiny bit of time.
Weitermachen.
What they're doing now is they're actually shutting down the facility that Anya and her parents run, and rather than either moving the patients somewhere or you know, putting them somewhere else, they decided they were going to kill them. So there's that. And as they're saying, they weren't supposed to kill the staff, and bro over there snapped. So. Of course, we can't let that one slide, so off this one goes.
Anya, where'd they take you? Legs are like jelly.
So of course, as video game logic goes, we have this little sort of cutscene moment where BJ's feeling the effects of being sort of in a vegetative state for the last 14 years, but then he's fine. So we'll have no more issues. We'll have some little sort of... there's supposed to be a gun there. Okay. Excuse me. He'll have some little sort of... not... they're like flashes of light, I guess. But that's really it. There's no other implications at all to him being sort of immobile like that. Take care of these guys, rescue our boo thing, and get out of here. This is going to be one of the few times in the game I'm also going to be dual wielding. That's one of the big things this game is probably really popular for, is dual wielding guns. But in this game, dual wielding is really clunky. It feels like it definitely feels like you are dual wielding. So I don't do it a whole lot in this game, but it'll be a lot more prevalent in New Colossus. Also, that's that chapter done. So we're gonna be moving on to the next chapter here. We're gonna be interrogating. His name is Keller, I think. So as you see, we have a chainsaw. So lovely interrogation that's about to ensue.
Be just and fair in dealing with people like you. Do you realize who I am? Du bist ein gottverdammter Herrenanstaltsinsasse!
This is also the point in time where BJ realizes it's been a while, and the Nazis have won the war. So he's decided that you know, of course we can't take that. So he's going to be seeking out the resistance, and that's pretty much the rest of this game. Seeking out the resistance in Europe, and putting an end to Deathshead for good. Turn this light on here. There we go.
Take my hand. The road is not safe. You kill the Nazis. Here, I stay with Carl.
So basically what's going on now, these are Anya's grandparents here, and they're taking us to a train so we can go to Berlin, which is where the rest of the resistance has been.
You Nazis messing with my friends. We haul precious cargo. We have a train to catch.
This is probably the only actual stealth section this game will probably do, just because it's easier to take these guys out here stealthily. Right, that's that section.
That's that. Back to the car.
Alright, this is the first sort of major skips here with the lockpick. If you don't have lockpicking there, you essentially have to go like all the way up and around to the other side to get to the same part where I'm here now. When here, you can lockpick 2 doors and be done with it, which is crazy to me. I was doing Fergus timeline runs of this yesterday, and it's been so long since I've even done that. I was flabbergasted, like remembering like all this extra stuff. Also, the upside to doing it this way is because we didn't really do this in the sort of intended way. None of the Nazis towards the end spawn, as they would otherwise, if you were going the normal way or on the Fergus timeline. So let's do one there, one there. Oh. Sometimes they don't get one shot. That is another dog, so I think that is 5, I think. Hopefully, I'm right there, but yeah.
And with that, I'm going to remind everybody that we are raising money right now for Go Rescue, a no-kill animal shelter out of Norfolk, Virginia. So if you'd like to help help us save the puppers, you can do !donate and get the link to the Tiltify and donate to save the puppers. And you can even help sway some of the choices that we'll be making in this game later.
Real. We are gonna. There's another, or the same incentive, I guess, for saving Wyatt or Fergus, because there's the same sort of timeline system in that game as well. So, if you like this timeline, or you want to see another one, you want to see the other one, go ahead and donate. All is going to save the puppers.
You're just another Nazi jerk went for coffee in the middle of the night. Just head back to the cabin. Avoid eye contact.
Alright, so this is the night train. This is where we have this disfortunate pleasure of meeting Frau Engel, or Meemaw, as I like to call her. Really interesting individual. Who's sort of the secondary antagonist of this game. So, as I said, she is certainly an individual. So, and we'll be finding out more about her later. We're gonna go ahead and do I think this is the last checkpoint reload for this run. So she's gonna have a whole spiel about talking about how she can spot an Aryan person with her naked eye, but she's gonna do this test here with me with pictures. I'm not sure how that's supposed to indicate whether you are of pure blood or whatever, but sure.
Ja, das werden wir bald wissen, nicht wahr? Diesmal wählen Sie das Bild, das Sie am meisten mit Abscheu erfüllt. Ich hätte sagen sollen, dass das Ihre letzte Wahl ist.
Fun fact here, you can't actually go for the gun in the middle, as you can see there, but they will turn on you. So it is pretty funny what happens. I was running this game, I think this was two days ago, and I was aiming for the spider here, and I missed it by like I touched my mouse on accident, and I grabbed the gun. So that was a funny reset there. Oh, also that's Booby, interesting guy. Worst mustache I think I've ever seen ever, but yeah.
Davon abgesehen kann ich ein Nicht-Arier mit bloßem Auge erkennen. Du etwa nicht? Lassen Sie ihn gehen, Bernhard.
Yikes, anyway, I hate these two.
Ich nehme mal an, eine bildhübsche Frau wird in seinem Abteil warten auf ihn.
But he is right, we're gonna go back to the our train cabin, and we're gonna go see Anya, and then we're gonna be done with, this is the 3rd chapter of the game. some funny spinning with the coffee.
William, in here.
Sure, walk back enough. Okay, and that's that.
Yes.
What we're going to be doing next is we're going to be infiltrating the secret police headquarters, and then we're going to be breaking into a really big Nazi prison, so we could rescue some of the remnants of the Kreisau Circle, which is the main resistance Nazi resistance force in Europe.
There's a hotel. It's on the same street as secret police headquarters. Everybody knows about it. Secret police headquarters is notorious here in Berlin. They bring prisoners inside for questioning. They torture them, and then they drive them back to Eisenwald prison.
Nice hotel room, though.
Alive.
I'll say that.
Something's happening. There's a prison transport arriving. Come quickly.
Alright, and so let's go break into these headquarters here. We're going to be seeing the second bit of tech here. And that is going to be, doesn't really have a name. None of these really have names. The Wolfenstein speedrunning community is really not that big, so any of the names you hear for any of these tricks is just something I made up, because, yeah. But what we're going to be doing here is, there's a laser weapon here, and what you can do is you can, you're meant to sort of break the grates and walk through them, but what you can do instead is make a really small hole and slide and sprint slide through it, and for some reason BJ is able to just fit through those, so that is something we'll be using. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is something we'll be using throughout this run. Alright, and we're now going to be making our way over to that truck over there, so we can get into the prison.
Genau eine Minute, Hans. Da müssen wir aber los.
This is, I would say, I guess, the other, one of the very few actual stealth parts of this run. Walking along a pipe. I can't imagine doing this myself. I'd probably fall. Nope, come on. There we go. There we go. Not so sure why I got stuck there, but whatever, I guess. Alright, so that is the secret police headquarters, and next we're going to be breaking into and then subsequently breaking out of prison.
Concrete for miles. Safe remove across the rooftop undetected. Stay off the ground.
Upcoming is also one of the sort of prettier scenes in this game. The sunrise here is beautiful. So if you do ever play this game and get a chance to admire it, definitely do. Let's make this great here. Yep, and now I'm gonna try and bob and weave my way through Nazis here. Nice. Oh, no one got me, but all good. Here's another section where we get to just skip a whole bunch of the level by lockpicking doors. There's gonna be this one, and then another one right down this hallway. In the Fergus timeline, or what you're normally supposed to do, is like you're supposed to go through some vents. There's a big old Panzerhund dog. There's a guy in the bathroom, and yeah, it's really interesting. Big time waster, but if you ever play this game casually, I do recommend it. Wait for this big doggy to come up here. Go this way a little bit. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to break the chains for that door right there so the dog can't get to you, but once the dog walks away, you can sort of just walk past him. So let's go break our resistance friends out here. And hope the guy in the corner will leave me alone for as long as possible. Okay, it wasn't that long, but whatever. This is also another aspect of sort of randomized stuff in here, just like those pipes. Here we actually have a familiar face. It's called the Wyatt timeline for a reason, because here's Wyatt right here. He's actually alive and well. Well, maybe not well, but he is alive. So, reunited after all these years. But I say that's randomized because when you do those chains, the chain helmets, or armor, or I don't actually know what they are, but when you unchain them, it's actually whoever you pick will always be the last one that you unchain. So it makes you free the other ones, which is kind of funny. But I always thought it when I would do it, I always did in the same order, and for some reason I always felt like it was like the second to last one for some reason, which it never is. But I did it in the other way around. I was like, wait a second. Alright. Shotgun here. Owned. Alright, so let's bust out of here. This is also, this is, I think, one of the, I guess most important is the word I'm looking for. This is one of the, levels where the timelines are most important to the speedrun here, because if you're the Wyatt timeline, you can just lockpick the elevator and come right down here, and we're gonna run past the dog that's still down there in a minute. But if you were on the first timeline, you don't get to do this. You have to run all the way down the stairs where you're getting shot at, and it's turrets and stuff, and it's very extra. It's about 2 or 3 minutes extra.
The pounds are out there. If we run like heck, I think we can make it. Follow me.
Also, one of the funniest things in this game, the sprint animation for Wyatt there is like, it's like on double speed almost. It looks like it's very comical.
That's right. I think we can pull this off if we work together. Cover me while I open the gate.
Also, other thing I found out the other day, I've been playing this game for years, and found out that you could lean. There's another dog, so that is 6, I believe. Let's take out these guys here so we can get a clean escape. This guy's got owned. There's gonna be a shotgun guy. Oh, there's another one somewhere. Oh, there we go. Shotgun guy right there. There's also gonna be. Is he moving? There we go. There's also another room right here. Okay. So that is right here. He's gonna ask you to cover him again, but there's actually nobody here. We're gonna be using it to do just a little bit of sort of sequence breaking. That is a lot of sort of the speedrunning here too. We're gonna be sort of sequence breaking and being in places earlier than you're sort of supposed to. So there's gonna be like missing enemies and stuff. So you can just run through stuff. Right here, I'm gonna hope I get good RNG here. There's gonna be there's another dog. There's gonna be 2 shotgun guys that actually didn't spawn, which is really good. Sort of because of the sequence break. There's also supposed to be one there, but because we broke.
Because remember, sequence breaking is not a glitch.
Which is great. It's not a glitch now. There's also the dog there. He's just gonna hang out. He can't actually come roam down here, so just gonna growl at us.
Over here, sir! I've got the...
Also here, one of the cooler sections of the game where we get to drive a car. It lasts not even like 30 seconds, but sure. We get in it right to crash it, so.
Tenacious.
There's also this conveniently placed grate down here as well, so. Made this entire escape possible.
Quiet, you! Dead end, Cap. What now?
I can't believe you made it out of there.
Alright, and that is Eisenwald. So now we're going to do the first of a couple sort of home base missions, I guess. There are a couple, in between the bigger missions in the game, there are a couple times where we're just going to go back to, we're going to go back home. We're going to go back to the Kreisau Resistance sort of home base. It's actually right under the, oh, that's unfortunate. Oh. I got spotted in the water. This is because the secret base is actually hidden in plain sight. It's like right under a really big Nazi monument and right near the where the secret police headquarters is. Another one. So we're supposed to jump into this water here. You're not supposed to get spotted, but I think I was a little too close to the surface there when I jumped. So that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sprayed off there. There we go. I usually fill up here, but I don't think you even use this again until... Yeah, whatever.
Shouldn't assume things were as I left them. Great job keeping us alive out there, Captain. It's good to be home.
Come on. Alright. Okay, so what we're first doing is there's going to be a sort of mission to go steal some helicopters from a Nazi base, but we need the plans for it, and they've actually been sort of stolen by Max Haas, one of the best characters in this game. But this is another sort of sequence break kind of thing, I guess. Where what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go talk to Max and Klaus, and then Max goes in his room, and then when you go to get the files out, he'll make a ruckus about it. But if you just go get the crowbar and then go get the plans, he doesn't actually go in his room for him to cause a scene. So saves us time there.
Danke. Sie können passieren. Anita!
Oh, really? Fucking Nazi twin.
Next here, Bobby Brams here is going to explain a little more, but we are in London here.
This fucking disgraceful building is a London Nautica. This used to be downtown London. Used to be fighting in the streets over here. I mean, furious, unrelenting resistance. And then the Nazis brought in a London Monitor and everything went to shit from there. They just do whatsoever they please now. They just fucking leveled everything and erected this fucking monstrosity.
Monstrosity it is. There's actually, if you look out on the side, I think Big Ben is like right there, yeah. You can see it's very close to this thing.
Anya's operating the radio back in Berlin. You can reach him using this. This is where you get off. So long, Blazkowicz.
So long, Bobby Brams.
Make this count.
As you see, he's, you know, there's that. Second coolest scene in this game. Bunch of explosives in a car, drives it right in there. Definitely a badass moment, I'd say. What's also even more badass is the fact that we managed to be just out of range for that giant statue head there to survive that. Because otherwise, if we were literally anyone else, we'd be definitely dead. Right here, there's a sort of a bug here that can happen, so I'm gonna hope it doesn't. But that grate there can sort of bug out sometimes if you use the laser on it way too much. It'll just disappear, and then if you walk in there, you just die. So that didn't happen though, which is good. But sometimes it's a little annoying. Definitely a run killer if it does. Here's also another dog. We just sort of destroyed. I will be counting that, so that is 7, I think. Oh my goodness, not silence. That's really cool. Owned regardless, but let's get this guy.
Up ahead is the reception area. I want you to go to the far end of the reception area through the large doorway and...
Right, so another one of the funnier moments in this game. So there's this crazy cutscene of this big old robot. He's about to own you. He's in this, you know, wreckage of this research museum and lab, and you don't actually have to fight him. You can actually just run right past him, and that's that. So one of the funnier things in the speedrun, I'd definitely say. Next, we're gonna get these guys here. 2, 3, 4. Let's get this robot here. This spot right here is also another place where you can do checkpoint reloading. It'll actually make because you hit the checkpoint for that, it'll make the enemies, I think, in the first room that we were just in despawn, so you won't be getting shot at a whole bunch. But to be honest, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. So we will just be doing it as it is. It's in my way. You're also in my way. What we're gonna do here, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to move that sort of, I don't even know what it is. It's like a satellite looking thing. You're supposed to move it so that jump is easier, but you can just do the jump without it, so don't do that. Another trick that we're gonna do, hopefully I don't die here, is we're gonna be doing this sort of elevator skip here. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to climb up that rope right there on the elevator shaft, but what you can do instead is stand on this counterweight and throw a grenade up, and it'll take you to the same spot, and it's a lot faster. So there's that. I also didn't die, which is really good, because there are some times where I just can't line myself up correctly, and I'll just die a whole bunch of times, because you will bonk your head on the elevator on the other side at speed.
What do you see?
So here we are in the research lab part, and we're gonna get BJ's sort of signature weapon throughout this game, called the laser Kraftwerk, which is just the same small laser thing we had, but you know, way cooler. I mean, who doesn't love a big laser gun? Exactly. My thoughts exactly. So we're gonna do some more of this sprint sliding thing here. This is the first part where it becomes, or second part I guess, where it becomes really sort of prevalent. Right, hopefully that worked, yeah. Here we're not going to do it because there's not enough space to get yourself going there. Odds are you probably just fall in the elevator shaft there. You die. Nice. Alright, so here's the first sort of just shoot 'em up sort of style level, where we're just gonna kill a bunch of Nazis here. It's in a bit of a sort of wave style. This is sort of the first one. We're gonna kill that robot. Then we're gonna go kill the other one. Nope, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. So this one. There we go. So we can go back to single gun there. I do hold there just because it makes it a lot faster, because you basically just have to spam the robots down. Oh, I can't aim. That's really cool. Where's the other one? There you are. Here. Oh, I shot him in the legs. Alright, and that should be the first wave. You'll hear the beeps change when it's the second wave. Let's throw more here. There we go. That should be the first wave. This will be, or the second wave. This should be the third wave, actually. Yeah, there we go. You see, you hear different beeps there. This is also where we get the first laser craft work upgrade to make it a little bit stronger to use. I'll be getting one other one as well later down the line. Behind me. Should be some over there. Where are you? Sometimes they get in sort of hiding spots. All right, and that's that. So those are all the waves, and there's gonna be one sort of boss here, and it's not really a boss. We're just gonna shoot it a bunch of times, and it'll be dead. So if you blink, if you look away, he'll be dead. Alright, and he's dead. It's very simple. All you gotta do is shoot it a bunch of times and he dies.
Right. Nazi's dead. Nazi robot's dead. Broke all your shit. Helicopter secured.
Alright, also what we were here doing in the first place is we were here stealing helicopters from them. So that way we can do our operations a lot easier and extend the resistance reach. So, yeah.
You folks are crazy.
Also, by the way, in a second, we're going to be picking up Caroline, who's also another character from another Wolfenstein game. Like I said, I can't remember if it's 09 or Return to Castle Wolfenstein that she's from, but yeah, it's implied through a lot of the cutscenes with her that they previously knew each other, of course. But we've skipped them. We'll be skipping most of them. A lot of the ones with exposition, so. Alright, and that is London Nautica done. We're going to be doing another sort of housekeeping home-based mission here. That one is going to be the circular saw one, this is what I like to call it. We're going to be getting a sample of concrete and some archive notes things here. We do the archive notes here first because those are a lot faster. And then now we're going to go get the circular saw, which we'll be going on a bit of an adventure for.
There's a patch of mold in a circular saw.
Let's put that away. I can't remember if I said this earlier, but a lot of what we're doing is, you know, just sprinting through stuff. So we're gonna be having a knife out for a lot of this. There are some sort of turrets here, but or drones here, but I'm just gonna ignore them. Then we're gonna go right, and then we're gonna go left, so I don't get lost there. For some reason, I always, sometimes I'll go there and totally forget. I'll be like, I definitely know it's right then left, and I'll be like, wait a second.
Maybe check on
It might be left and right, but yeah.
Well, I found you.
And that is the end of that. So where we're going to be going to next is we are actually going to be going to liberate a concentration camp, which is a pretty sensitive topic. So if that's something that might bother you or upset you, you've been forewarned. This camp is called Belica. It's in annexed Croatia, which actually, for those keen of ear, you might have heard that the night train that we were on a couple chapters ago was actually going to Croatia, which is how Frau Engel and Booby ended up here, or this is where they were on their way to.
Wolfgang, der hier.
Jawohl, Lagerkommandant! Durch die Tür, Sausack!
Also, what we're here for as well is we're liberating this camp in specific because there is a character named Set Roth who will help us be able to beat the Nazis. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to be rescuing him and liberating this camp in the process. To get over there, we need a different uniform. So we're gonna talk to Milo here and ask him to switch.
Heard of places like this. Auschwitz, Buchenwald, from east to west.
So what this sort of camp liberation is going to consist of is first we're going to be doing some more. This is supposed to be another sort of sneaky stealth section here, but we're just going to run right through it because it's for speedrunning. There's going to be this section with this guy. I think his name is the Roach or something like that. Also a really interesting guy. He's very very cruel to say the least. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna go sneak through there and go turn the camp defenses off. So then we can go to the other side of the camp. We're gonna sneak into the sort of base building, I guess, the main building in the camp, I guess. And we're gonna go steal a battery, and then we're gonna take control of their big Nazi robot dude, so we can eventually break out of here. Definitely ouchie there. That definitely hurt. 5 health. BJ there was pretty close to death. Pretty marked for death here as well, as he's literally inside a furnace right now. But can't let that stop us from our mission. I am gonna try my best here not to die, but limited health here, and getting unlucky guard RNG might tell me no. So let's see if I can. I got him. All right, nice. We should be able to lift this here first try. Jump past this guy. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, no way. I jinxed it. I usually never die to that dude there. It's always the first one, just because you have a stupidly low amount of health there. But this game, to sort of help you out, every time you die, it gives you a health boost. So as you saw, you might have saw I had 20 health when I first started this, but now I have 40. Oh, I have 20 again now. I just suck, I guess. But oh, really? Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess we'll be doing this again.
While you do that again, I'd like to remind everybody that you are watching No Glitches Allowed 9. We are raising money for Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center, which is a no-kill animal shelter in Norfolk, Virginia. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Speedruns Live for letting us use their channel for this marathon. We really, really appreciate it. They've got a lot of great events that take place here. And make sure you check out our schedule for all of the upcoming runs. There's a lot of really great things coming up.
Real. Right, so third time is a charm, unfortunately. Usually never happens, but you know, it is just sometimes. So that's we turned off the defenses, so that way we'll be able to go across the camp and go to the other side. That's also set, by the way. So he's our guy. I think that part just a little slow. The sort of design there for that is really not great. It's a lot of that corner right there's a lot of tight space there. This is also another example of where we're just gonna skip a bunch of this using lockpicking. This building has like 3 floors to it, and you're supposed to go up the scaffolding on the side and start at the top floor. But here, we just coming down here. We start at the 2nd floor instead. As you guys saw me just run past the stairs there. Really? That's unfortunate. But yeah, we're just gonna run down here and go get this battery. Hopefully I can avoid the other 2 guards that are down here as well. Apparently not. But that's okay, I've got enough help this time around, so we're good. The battery is used for, as you can see in Set's hands, he has a sort of controller for the big walking furnace dude, her Faust. So, we're going to be using him to bust out of here. He's also going to own Frau Engel in the process because, you know, hate her. So, this is also a big gory coming up, by the way, as well, if you're sensitive to that. This is also a scene I think that would stick with anyone who plays this game. Seeing Frau Engel's
definitely
mouth in your face.
Stuck with me. There are a few things I remember about playing this game. The ones that you said will stick with you, yeah, top of my list.
Yeah. But because we hate her, we're gonna throw her off a cliff there. So on to the rest of part 3, I guess, of our breakout here.
Take a seat, big man. Now we flee, everyone. Understand? We return to the camp. Open the garage door, steal a vehicle, and crash through the gate. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go's right. What we're gonna do here, I'm gonna hope the game doesn't. Sometimes it can. There's like sort of sections that this sort of breakout here goes in, where there will be enemies that come out of some doors. For the first time while I was de-resting this, I got a the game just sort of refused to open one of them for no reason. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it's just a simple reload if it does. The first door is that one, then there's that one as well. Alright, here's the first one. Oh, we also have rocket launchers. Right, and then there's the second one. Alright, we're good then. Alright, so now what we're just gonna do, Seth is gonna go let everybody out, and then we're gonna protect them as they leave, and then we're gonna get out of here. I am gonna break all of these sort of concrete barrier things. They're gonna come from here, up there, and over here, and they can hide behind the barricades, and it just makes it easier to see them if we break these beforehand. So there's an alarm, so they're going to be coming out second there. There's a rocket launcher guy up there. He's dead. There's another one. There we go. They should all be dead. Next one is just gonna be this little robot here. Should be broken. Alright, and I think we're good. Good. Alright. So that is Camp Loditso. Just liberated the place, broke everybody out, and we did our good thing here. Of course, those can't have good things without, you know, bad things sometimes. So, of course, Frangel refuses to die. So, yeah. So next we are gonna go get a welder. Most of the people did survive though, but yeah, some of them are just a little injured. The one that got shot up in the front, that was Mbate. That's pretty cool, dude. We've got another. This is another sort of home base mission. We're gonna be getting a welder this time because we've just gotta, you know, do errands sometimes. Which I do like. I will say I do like that about this game. How it's you know, got a lot of the action split up. You know, sometimes you just you know, need some chill missions. These are really simple, and you know, they just break up a lot of the action. Of course, as fun as they are, though, they can't be, you know, simple ever. So we have to actually, instead of going back up the way we came, we have to go all the way through the sort of innards of. This is under a police headquarters, so you can actually hear some of the conversations. They're actually pretty funny. But yeah. We're also gonna fight some more Soldaten right here. I hope I don't die. I kind of trolled here the other day. I was doing this, and I died. I managed to die like 3 times here. The first time I died to this guy because he if you get too close to the Soldaten, they will actually just pick you up and you know, insta kill you. So yeah, I died to that. It was really stupid. And then the second time I died, that is a funky looking square there. Wow. The other time was I ran out of juice for my lasercraft gun here, and it's rather annoying. And I didn't even want to. I was so mad I didn't even want to go back and fill her up. So I just reset the checkpoint. Here's also another funny occurrence that can happen sometimes, which is sprint crouching. You're not supposed to be able to crouch and sprint at the same time, but sometimes it does it anyway, and it gives you a really silly looking animation.
That's all I need. Or actually, would you deliver this note to Anya? She will need the frequency.
There, and that is, I think this is the last home base mission sort of thing we're going to be doing. And we're going to be out and about for the whole rest of this run here. Next, we're going to be going to the Berlin Catacombs. This is going to be the, you know, every game's got to have an underwater level, so this is this game's one.
Anya has agreed to track your position over the transponder and provide tactical support.
We're going to be doing this to sort of a 3-part sort of thing here. We're going to be in these catacombs to get to a sort of a weapons depot type thing. And we're going to use that to go to get us a submarine. Because who doesn't want a submarine?
I was a kid. The red tide was rising. Went in the water on account of disobeying father.
This is also where you start to get a little bit of sort of not exposition, but sort of background on BJ as a character. They follow up on that a little bit more in the new Colossus, but those are the moments where you sort of they sort of humanize BJ as a character a little bit.
From the pond by the stables, came out covered in leeches. Crazy, filthy leeches.
Yeah, this whole section is wholly uninteresting, so if you have any donations or anything like
I
that, feel free
don't
to go
currently
ahead.
have any donations, but this is a great time for you guys to get those donations in and have me read them out. You know, !donate to get the Tiltify link to be able to do those donations. Remember, all of those donations are going to Go Rescue. Go Rescue is a state-approved 501c3 nonprofit, which means that those donations are also tax deductible.
Real. Okay.
Keep going.
Dive
Awesome.
in here. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna scroll up so that I read this correctly, because when it comes to the exact details off of the rescue, I always want to make sure I get those right. So, just so you guys know, if you're wondering why do we support Go Rescue, it's because they have rescued over 2,000 dogs to date, to save them from being homeless or being put down, because of a lot of other shelters in that area are not no-kill shelters, and they are. And the biggest thing that they do with a lot of their homeless dogs is giving them the time, care, and love that they need, not to find just any home, but the right home. And it's run almost exclusively by one woman, Georgia Overnows, and she's done an amazing work, and we look forward to supporting her with every No Glitches Allowed marathon that we continue to have.
Real. Word up.
I'm going to throw one more thank you to Speedruns Live for letting us use their channel for No Glitches Allowed 9. The Speedruns Live community is dedicated to showcasing speedrunning events, races, charity marathons involving all of your favorite games. So please make sure that you give Speedruns Live a follow and check out all the various events that they host. There's a lot of great things, and every No Glitches Allowed event, and I believe our No Holidays Allowed event, will also be back here. So keep an eye out for all of those wonderful, wonderful things. And if you're enjoying this run, please check out our other runs coming up later this weekend. There's a lot of fantastic no glitched runs, or glitchless, or no major glitches, whatever the community kind of decides would fit that No Glitches Allowed theme. And I've seen a lot of great runs so far. I'm enjoying this one, and I'm looking forward to a lot more to come. So if you would like to see that, you can do !schedule, and make sure you mark off all of your favorite runs so that you don't miss them when they're live.
William, directly above you are the catacombs. There's an elevator that can take you right to the
Real, there's a lot of great runs coming up, so
there's a great
I will
run after
definitely
this
be watching,
one.
so.
That's going to be Wolfenstein 2. Make sure you guys all stay for that one too, alright?
Well, it's totally gonna be awesome. I certainly don't know who could be running that, but great game. Control, there we go. Right, so that was the Berlin Catacombs. We just sort of got through that. It's really uneventful. It's really just a whole lot of swimming. Okay, there we go. Make sure I got my silencer here. Take out the two commandants there. There's also a dog here, so this is 8, I think. So
I had 7, but I easily could have missed one, so I'll take 8.
I was gonna say we'll call it 8. That's fine. Right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to exactly as you said, an abandoned train station. We've got some guys on the ground, and we're gonna hijack a submarine. And the way we're gonna do so is actually really cool. We're gonna hide in a empty warhead here. It's really cool. I can't imagine actually doing that myself. I'd get like so claustrophobic in there. You being in there for however long. But yeah, we're basically just gonna take this U-boat submarine for ourselves. And also not die here. Sometimes the nature of this kind of run is it's a lot of sprinting past enemies a lot of times, so they do hurt sometimes. So there's these guys especially that have they have ricochet bullets, so they really do hurt sometimes. I died a couple times running this the other day, just trying to get past those doors at the beginning. Some more sprint crouching for you. Very funny animation there. Should fit through there. Yeah, nice. Right, let's hopefully not die here. My PB in this game is really good. However, I died at the very end of this level. This is another sort of just shoot 'em up here, where there's waves, and you'll be able to hear the different beeps there as well. So just try to get through here quickly. Oh. Should be the first wave, yeah. Yeah, there we go. So there you can hear the second set of beeps, sorry. Shotgun guy back there. Oh, I ran out of bullets. That's really cool. Oh, we're almost done here, actually. Never mind, we're good. So try not to die here. Yeah, this is in my PB where I died. So. Oh, that's looking a little rough. Get health back there, and now we're good. With this last buoy, call that one a day. You didn't even actually have to kill them in there for you to do that. So that's what you're supposed to do to do it the fastest. But it is kind of rough when you die there if you get in there without enough health.
My father taught me this rhyme as a child. Now many other songs for different places. Whoa, something's moving.
The purpose of getting a U-boat, I think you can actually see it right there. Yeah, I didn't realize that was there. But Set Roth here, who we rescued from Camp Belitza, is actually part of a secret sort of society of Jewish scientists, people of science, philosophers, and people like that, who got together to advance science, and they've been together for since the dawn of time. I think I could be wrong on that though. I'm not brushed up on my lore, but basically there's a bunch of safe keeps where they've got a bunch of really advanced technology, such as this one, which is underwater. And Set is actually expanding it right now here. And yeah, so that is actually how the Nazis won the war in this timeline. Instead of the U.S. dropping atom bombs and winning the sort of nuclear race there, Project Manhattan wasn't fruitful, and the Nazis beat them to it, and they bombed the crap out of New York City, and I think a couple of other places as well.
What did you say? There's a transition chamber. The main hole. Did you say warning something? Yeah,
Warning, schmorning.
Let's go. This we used to get to the main hall. I don't recognize these symbols. Oh, let me...
Because we also believe in warning, schmorning, we're gonna go right ahead in here as well. We're gonna go to the main hall here. I'm also not gonna troll and jump into the water here because you can't. Once you jump in here, until he finishes doing what he's doing over there, I don't think you can get out. You sort of just stuck in there.
Huh?
Is this real?
This is also really cool. Also, by the way,
This is the secret vault of the...
there's a big vault in there of Dashikud stuff. That is the secret society, by the way. It's called Dashikud.
This machine here, it controls the electromagnetic field. Yes. Okay, are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Feel something is broken. So hold this piece for me? Oh yes. Oh yes, Mr. Blazkowicz, show me your laser weapon.
Okay. Now we can be on with our game here. Gotta fill up here just so we don't run out towards the top. Now, these are kind of timed, so it's annoying when you get towards the top and you run out of juice in the laser craft flicker and the rungs go down. Nope. There we go. Also, hilarious how Set walks. Looks so sassy.
And now we ascend. Take us up.
Alright, so up into the vault we go. There's actually like a puzzle in here with some of the stuff, but we're not going to do all that. What we are actually going to get is there's a piece of really cool armor there, plus this thing, which is called the Spindly Torque, which we're going to use to tear the crap out of this bridge. But we'll see the armor in use a little bit later. It's basically sort of a super suit. It's really cool. Alright, there's the Spindly Torque. It's, as I said, tearing the crap up out of that bridge. So what we need this is, what we're doing this for is to stop that train right there, to exactly what he said. Get the, there's a chief research scientist there that we need his credentials for, so we can go steal some stuff. And go to a top secret place, which I don't really want to spoil yet.
I like stealing stuff though.
We'll see when we get there. Real. It's not the right gun. These two. It's also where we get the grenade launcher. Attachment for this is really cool. So, go above here. From there. Just ignore him. Oh. Now let's break that, because this one will actually be sort of a hindrance, but otherwise we're just gonna run right past that soldat right there. You gotta die. There's another one up here. There he is. We get locked into an animation when we go up here, so it's best to just kill Nazis in there. As much as it you'd think it would save time, but unless you get a bunch of health packs, it's yeah, you'll just die. Nope, let's jump over here. Nice. There we go. You can jump on a couple beams. You might as well get on one before this, but yeah, it kind of saves a lot of time, so you don't have to go look inside the train cars. You can just go over top of them. Here, we're gonna do the same sort of thing as a sprint slide through, but here, you can do the same thing with the super small holes that you can slide through. You can do that when you go up and down as well, which is kind of... I'm gonna die. That's interesting. I didn't mean to pull this gun out either, but sure. But anyway, yeah, you can do that going up and down if you like jump down into something. You can just make a really tiny hole and just fall through it. Here's also our up close and personal moment with the soldat. Third coolest scene in this game. Okay. There we go. I always wait for that dialogue before I jump in here. You can jump in here earlier, but I have like horrible memories of reading this game for the first time and trying to do this helicopter jump and missing it like miserably a bunch of times. And I'd rather not do that. It's rather embarrassing.
What would Captain Blazkowicz do? Still do. Alright, I'll drop you off here.
This is also, right here is another instance of doing a checkpoint reload where I could get down here, you'll see the checkpoint wheel, and oh, I'm gonna die, actually. Oh, yeah, okay, we're fine. Where you can, the enemies will actually despawn. Nice. Well, actually, they'll despawn if you reload the checkpoint there, but we don't need it.
Got the papers. Now what?
Right, so for the big reveal, where we're going to next is we're going to the moon. One of the cooler places in this game. The Nazis have, this is this alternate timeline they've actually made it to and colonized the moon. So, crazy stuff. And this is also supposed to be, this is 1960, this is supposed to be, so it's kind of crazy to think about. It's a really interesting sort of timeline they've built out for this. See, yeah, there's the lunar surface right there. Here is, as you just heard, he commented on the shrapnel that's in BG's head. They're kind of reactive to the stuff he's doing. As you heard, he just said, where's the chief research scientist going? Which is pretty funny.
The spacesuits are kept by the airlock. Best chance to reach
Pistol out. Alright, let's do some running through here.
through the laboratory.
A lot of this is, this whole chapter is just running through stuff. We're just going to be completely ignoring everybody as much as I can. I might have to kill one or two in a specific room coming up later. Oh, I'm supposed to be over there. I'll get that though so I don't die. Am I bugging? No, I'm not. I am bugging. Right here, there's a... there's going to be a Nazi right here. There's also going to be soldat in here. I'm going to really try not to die to him, because as I said, if you get too close... Oh, yep. If you get too close, they will just one-shot kill you. So, yeah. He's kind of in the... on a suboptimal positioning there. I didn't get past him fast enough, but that's alright.
There should be a service tunnel leading from the crew quarters to the laboratories. Try to figure out a way to access it.
Unlucky. What you can do is you can, you might have saw me do it earlier, but you can sort of like sprint jump past, where if you know, if you run past them fast enough, they won't be able to, sort of trigger their animation, but, you know, I might just kill him. Actually, I don't think I can kill him. I don't have a gun. I didn't pick up a gun, but, I guess I will just kill him this time around. I think I'll pick one up. Now, this is also one of the better reasons why Wolfenstein has loads removed, because when you die a bunch of times or anything like that, it's not as much as a time loss as it might be otherwise. If I were counting the loads, so. There we go. Got a little lost there. Alright, got out of my way, nice. I think they are gonna trigger, there's a soldat up there, yeah. Sometimes you can actually, I think if you do the one before that where I just died a bunch of times, if you do that good enough, the The guy up here won't even spawn, actually. But kind of unlucky on this occasion, which is alright. See if I can just jump past them. Yeah, we're good here. Nope. There we go. Alright, so now we're gonna do the probably coolest part of this chapter, and that is we're gonna go walk the lunar surface.
Lunar surface, nothing to get all worked up over.
Which is really cool. So yeah, we're in space on the moon. I'm also gonna try my hardest not to. I think we should be good here, but I did this run at another sort of mini marathon earlier this year, and I missed this jump. You're supposed to jump over to there, to where the door is. I missed it. Maybe like 6 or 7 times. I was really trolling, so should be good here though. I hope. Yeah, we're good. But yeah, it was very embarrassing. Oh, wait for the hitbox there to update. There we go. It's very short, but definitely one of the cooler parts of this game.
I remember this moment.
Right, we're gonna have another sort of soldado moment there. The space right there, I just never find is enough to actually be able to run past him. You can do it, but I just suck, so we're just gonna take the other way around. It's a little bit longer, but it's doesn't really lose all that much time. I find when I'm in that elevator, a lot of the times I like to spin around just because it's silly. But I always find that I get lost. I was lucky there. I turned up on the right side.
The command module is where the new generation Super Soldaten are being manufactured. From what we know, there should be a point.
Alright, so what we're getting here, what we're actually here stealing is nuclear decryption code, so we can
Steal some codes. No
blow
big
some
deal.
stuff up. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to. Yeah, no big deal. I'm gonna try not to kill that dog there. Oh, never mind. So we'll call that 9. You can't skip them there, but big old guy got in my way, so. Alright, so now we're gonna be making our daring escape here off the moon. That was some funky flipping there, but that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna try to make our way over there. One thing I do want to know, one of the funnier things in this game, you can hear the music in here. In the alternate timeline, this game does have an alternate version of the Beatles called DK. This is their song Mon Mon Yeah Yeah, which is pretty funny. Alright, hopefully I should be able to get past this corridor. It won't take too much damage here. Do some bobbing and weaving here. Yeah, we're good. This guy. Hope I fell. Alright, that is the moon pretty much done and dusted there. So we're gonna hitch a ride back. Gotta make sure I back myself up because there are gonna be some soldaten that come out of here. And I don't want to get one shot there. Alright, and that is the moon. So next we're going to be making our daring escape and return. Of course, things can't always just, go, normally there's always going to be some, fun stuff. So we actually crash landed. So, yeah. And we're actually in, we're back at the London Nautica here. Oh, I can aim. I'm really good. There we go. We'll leave the robot alone. I don't really have to do anything with them. Should be a helicopter that shows up, yeah. That's gonna be the catalyst for another really cool scene. It really puts the adventure in a stealth adventure. Whee! Own this guy, because F that guy in particular. Alright, and then we're just gonna make our way down here. Oh, okay, that was a little scary. Here's another instance where Wyatt timeline tings. We're just gonna skip this whole section. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like go on, like scaffolding and stuff. But I'm not doing all of that. We're just gonna do the little whole thing and get down in here. What's this guy? Yeah, there's a helicopter right there. We're gonna break this. It'll sort of do a little bit of exploding. There's a bunch of tanks there. If you're not far away enough, it'll actually... Oh, I died. That's really cool. But anyway, if there's a bunch of explodable tanks there, where a bunch of them will explode at one time. If you're not far away enough, they will kill you. So make sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. Okay, there we go. I can make it 3 health and a dream. 3 health and a dream. But yeah, we got the checkpoint there after the helicopter thing. So, and plus I fell. When I fell, it did sort of help us out because it put us where we were supposed to be instead of where I was. So. But like I said, I spawned with a lot more health every time you die, so I'll be able to tank this, no problem, now. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do the sort of, only sort of like mini boss fight in this game, which is unfortunate because it's really close to the end. We're only about chapter and a half from the end of the game, and they sort of shoved it right towards the end. And it's unfortunate there's not more like this as well, because this is a really cool boss fight. I'm hoping to do this pretty speedily, expeditiously even. Do this and get a 2-cycle monitor fight. We're going to do the only other checkpoint reload here as well, because we can skip him walking all the way to the sort of field of battle there. We can just reload this checkpoint here. So here he is. This is the London Monitor. This is a big old robot guy. Hoping to 2-cycle him. Basically, it takes 2 cycles of... oh, I missed it, so we're going to be doing this in 3 cycles, hopefully. But you're supposed to shoot his eye and then the thing under him. And you do that twice, and then that's the end of the boss fight. but sometimes it's kind of hard to get under there fast enough. So well, hopefully we'll call this 3 and call it a day. You can also just the other sort of attack he has is a minigun thing. Let's see if I can get there. I fell. There we go. Alright, so that's one, and then we'll just get one more here. I didn't actually know this until I started running this game, that you could just hide behind the minigun there for a sort of secondary attack there. Oh, I'm a little far away. There we go. Alright, so that's the London Monitor in 3 cycles, so that was pretty good. Ah, yes, Battlefield is the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of it. It was escaping my mind there, but yes, Battlefield. Right, so also we missed sort of what was going on there, because we sort of did and dusted that level pretty fast there, but the Chrysler Circle base there was sort of attacked while we were gone, so we gotta go rescue our friends, and that is going to lead into the final chapter of the game. So we're going to rescue the rest of our friends here, and then we're going to get a move on, and that'll be towards the end of the game. Also, that is Klaus. Also, we sort of missed any of the interactions you have with him throughout the game, but he just died there, so unfortunate.
Cap, is that you? Is that you they're shooting at? Gotta tell you something. It's Frau Angle.
Yeah, you're supposed to have like a crazy like sort of fight there. There's like 2 of the like heavy-duty shotgun guys, and places on fire also, but you can just run right past them.
Hey, Captain.
Some more sprint crouching, because why not? Feeling silly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's all you should know.
Let's kill this guy. Oh, he didn't die. Ah, it doesn't matter actually, we're just gonna... Oh, I guess it does matter. I guess he said no, so I guess we'll be doing that again. But, yeah. Alright. One more time. Okay, 2 shot is fine. As long as we have, we'll have a bunch of, the, grenades, for later, we'll be good. So, interestingly enough, that is Caroline. You might have seen her in a wheelchair earlier throughout the game. That is the Dachikud power suit, which is sort of just exactly what it sounds like. Actually, it's a power suit. So powerful enough that it's able to help someone who is paralyzed from the I think it's the waist down she is. So, really cool tech.
She made it!
Alright, so that was the second to last chapter in the game, so we are on our way to the very end. We're going to be returning to Deathset's compound, and we're going to be ending this for him once and for all. I'm still not ever sure what actually triggers that door there.
As you make your
I feel like
way
sometimes
to
I'll be standing here
Canada,
forever and just
we're
blowing open.
heading in fast, and the currents are bound to be strong.
So if we're on our way to the end, this is a great time to get in any donations that you would like to be read during this run. We've got limited amount of time left.
We are getting close.
True.
200 meters.
It looks like we will be trading out the host between the two runs. So if you would like to hear my beautiful voice read your donation, you should get that in
50
while you can.
meters.
There's an awesome shot of Dust's compound right there. You don't really get to see the full magnitude of it at the beginning of the game. It's a big place. It's like a castle almost. So, and here's also one of the prettiest scenes, I'd say, in this game. All the greenery there, plus the building on fire, makes for really pretty looks here. But yeah, this is the last chapter in the game. Funnily enough, it's really definitely one of the ones on the shorter side. So we're gonna just be running through here and yeah.
Is this the day?
Just jump over that dog there. Get a bunch of health here, just for the next room. Maybe there's the next room I'm prone to oopsies in, so here there's a lot of enemies here. No way. Okay, I just suck, I guess. But there's a lot of enemies in there, including two super soldat, and they'll shoot at you. Usually there's a button there to open the next door that you'll just run past, but I suck apparently, and I got a little bit too close to them, so. So there's health and armor right there. Ooh, we're gonna be cutting this one close, huh? Ooh. Oh, couldn't do it. So we'll get some more health here after this, and that'll be fine. I usually try to grab a little more health there in the first room, but I thought I would be okay. I was not okay. Yeah, now we should be fine. There we go. 10 health and a dream. 10 health and a dream. One of the consequences, or not consequences, but one of the effects of doing that room the way I did it is the enemies, none of the enemies here spawn the way they're supposed to, so that's really cool. So it feels really weird, you know, seeing some of these scenes, you know, completely empty. Now here's also a reunion with a booby here, who thinks he's got us. Yeah, it wouldn't be a game without, you know, the twist here. You're almost dying.
I appreciate the "it's all over now" line, by the way.
There we are.
Bin beschäftigt. Wieder in Berlin und den letzten Dreckshaufen zu beseitigen, den Captain Blazkowicz vor
We even got Mima there on the screen over there. Bro was really thought he had us here.
I'd like to say a nice thank you. I'd like to say a nice thank you real quick to Anonymous donating that $24. We really, really appreciate you helping us save our no glitches or our Go Rescue. Thank you. There's no comment, just Anonymous $24, and we appreciate it.
Yep, thank you, thank you.
Darf ich ihn für dich aufschneiden?
Of course, Baby thinks he's got us, but actually, I'm that goat, so we're gonna bite his ear off, a la Mike Tyson, and yeah.
There's something very wrong with your cerebral cortex.
And there's Booby, so sucks us up. But yeah, on our way to the end of the game here. We're gonna do one more thing before the final boss. We're gonna get our friends. We're gonna rescue our friends up here. It's also a little funny moment here. I have like no health after that, but because of this elevator is going down and the ground moves further down, you actually will take damage sometimes when if you like jump and then you land. Which is pretty funny. I've almost died a couple times doing that. Like not thinking of it, but you know, just feeling silly.
Let's get out of there. Kinderless, let's go! Lloyd! Lloyd!
Also, another funny moment. BJ is like literally like dying. Like he's like here like dying. He's just been like stabbed multiple times, and they're like, "No, we gotta go." All right, and here we are on the way to the final battle here. First, one of my favorite lines in this game. Machine Man, clear the room. But first we get another sort of mini-boss type beat. You won't be able to hear it because I'll be sort of skipping it, but nope, we're okay. Here we go. There we go. That's actually Fergus's brain in that robot there. Or it'll be whoever you picked to get dissected earlier, which is unfortunate to sort of see. Last little sort of demoralizing bit he tries to do, pull on you here before you have to fight him at the end. But otherwise, this rest of this boss fight is really, really straightforward. We're gonna go break two zeppelins here that he is using for shield power, sort of. They're sort of like generators, I think. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna shoot him a couple times. Then a thing is gonna happen. Then we're gonna shoot him some more times, and that'll be the end of the game. I certainly don't have any shame. Nope, stuck. Alright, now we're gonna shoot him a bunch. There we go. So he's gonna do that thing there. He's gonna have his moment. And then, so he fell down there, so that's sort of the second phase. But time is gonna be coming up soon. We actually found recently a much faster way to do this boss fight, so it takes way less time now. Alright, and do this real quick. And time. And that is General Deathshead dead. Of course, things can always be the same, so he's got a little bit of a gift for us, of course. So, yeah. But that was Wolfenstein: The New Order. Awesome game. I really do recommend, if you even just playing this game casually, I really recommend it. It's a really great game. One that has a lot of replayability as well.
It's a great game. I can also attest to it. It is a great game. Well, thank you. Do you have anything else that you would like to add before we go to intermission? I know you're going to be right back with us for Wolfenstein 2, but...
Exactly. And everything I have to say will be at the end of that one. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this run.
I've enjoyed it a lot.
We'll be right back with this.
So we're going to head over to our intermission screen. I'm going to talk with you all for a wonderful bit while Anarchy gets a chance to set up Wolfenstein 2, and I will be getting ready to hand you over to another host who will take care of you guys for that run.